Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Cards to Diecast 4 channel. I want to thank you all for watching, and in this video we are going to break open 3 boxes of the 2020 Panini Prizm Racing Blaster Box Edition. I have already done a 1-box break of the hobby, and now it's time for us to go through the blaster boxes. I've had quite a difficult time trying to find these in the stores, and I'm not saying that you will never be able to find these in the stores, but there is a possibility, from what I have been seeing, that the major retailers in the country, your Walmart, your Targets and the like, are really just focused on stocking essentials, and that these stick and ball cards and racing cards here are not considered priority. In fact, I remember looking through the Target and seeing essentially no sports cards whatsoever. I did see Magic cards, but I didn't see sports cards, so that may be the same situation where you are. Again, you may actually find these in abundance at your local retail stores. So I had to buy all these cards, or boxes rather, from an online retailer. So if there was supposed to be some sort of Target exclusive or Walmart exclusive, like there has been periodically with some of these blaster boxes from NASCAR, I'm not going to be able to showcase that to you all, obviously. With that said, though, let's just take a look at a box here. It's going to feature your standard 4 packs per box with 6 cards per pack. It will include a special 3-card pack of unnumbered blue and Carolina blue Hyper Prisms, so take that for what you will. But the big come away from this is 2 things, actually. For one, notice here where it says look for autographs. That means that there are no autograph guarantees from these blaster boxes. Typically with NASCAR, there's usually a relic or an autograph guarantee with all blaster boxes. However, there were no memorabilia hits with this release, so it's all autographs. So obviously there's only so many autographs the drivers are willing to sign, so you can't have a guarantee with everything. But the big go away with this, or takeaway, is if you remember from the hobby box break, I talked about the gold vinyl 1 of 1, and that the checklist showed 2 1 of 1s for every card, 1 in gold vinyl, 1 in the black finite. And when we looked at the hobby box, it did say that the gold vinyls were exclusive to the hobbies, and then I gave you my hypothesis that that must mean then the black finites are exclusive to the blasters. And so when we go back to the box over here, indeed it says look for blaster exclusive black finite parallels numbered to 1, and that includes every single card in the checklist, including the autographs. So let's go ahead and showcase a couple black finite hits now for you, because we're likely not going to be able to pull anything like that here. We have an Alex Bowman. That is a 1 of 1 autograph from him in black finite. Danica Patrick's patent and penmanship has been pulled in black finite 1 of 1. And then we have John Hunter Nemechek and Sam Meyer. And the reason why I bring those 2 guys up is because both of their 1 of 1s in gold vinyl and black finite have been pulled. So if you're into those 2 drivers and was trying to get the incomplete set, their autographs are now live either to the market or in a private collection, just to give you guys a heads up. And of course, as time goes on, more drivers will join that list, but those are 2 first ones that I noticed. With that said, don't expect too much. No autograph guarantee. I do actually have 5 boxes in total, but I'm only going to go through 3, unless of course I pull some fire, which obviously I will showcase that. But for now, let's just go through these 3 boxes here and see what we can get. So it is the conclusion of the 2020 season. Chase Elliott has just won his first championship, which is good because I own a couple of his 1 of 1s. Should do a little bit for the investment factor, if you will. And also, Jimmie Johnson has now retired from full-time competition, which is a little bit depressing in a way, because that's another star name. Take it for what you will. Although he does not sell like a superstar, unfortunately, from the trading card standpoint. From a notoriety, I believe that he was one of the better-known drivers, and now that's another hit to the NASCAR name. You've lost Dale Jr., you've lost Danica, now you're losing Jimmie Johnson. You pretty much lost Tony Stewart. Matt Kenseth's going to be out at the end of this year, I believe, as well. So there's a lot of star power that NASCAR's losing that really is not going to be able to be replicated, unfortunately. So anyway, enough with the depressing news. Let's just go here through these packs and see if we can't pull something. Again, just expect mainly base cards. Ryan Preece, Gray Galding. We have a Dale Jr. and Stars and Stripes for Joey Logano. Again, I've pretty much gone through these cards in the hobby version of my of the release, and so if you want to check that video out, the link is in the description below. So we won't really spend too much time showcasing these hits, but hopefully we could get something here. We have Velocity for Ryan Newman, Joey Logano, Powertrain for Kevin Harvick, and then we have a Bubba Wallace. Going on to our next pack here. Usually also I would scale these blaster boxes, try to give you some insider info just in case you want to bring a little scale to the store yourself. Of course, I have not really been able to find any blasters for NASCAR as of late, so it may be futile. But because these are all autograph packs, it's not going to really matter, so it's not really necessary to go and scale anything. And then we have a Hailie Deegan here. This is her next card, but again, it is a base, but we'll just give it a back anyway, so there you go. Next pack going through is going to show an autograph. Will it? No, it looks like we do have at least a prismatic coming up. Brandon Jones, Brittany Zamora. Then we have Clint Boyer, who's also retired. That's another guy out. He will be joining the Fox booth. And then we have Fireworks for Ryan Newman. A lot of names retiring now that I think of it. You can see why the ratings just don't show. There's a lot of rich kids out there driving cars nowadays. It's not like the old days, if you will. Matt DiBenedetto, who's going to be able to stay for at least another year in that Woods Brothers ride. Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick, and then we have numbers for Alex Bowman, again, all in base. And then our final standard pack will feature, hopefully an autograph. No, it won't, but we'll feature one of those Daytona cards. And it looks like we do have some sort of color card coming up. We have Kurt Busch, Clint Boyer, and it looks like I was wrong. Oh, no, I wasn't. Brandon, or Harrison Burton, excuse me. And then we have a red Kurt Busch Powertrain, but I don't believe these are numbered, actually. And no, they are not. So, again, I think I pulled one box already on my own, and I did notice that there was this red card here. So it looks like these may be standard, one per box, if that's something that is significant to you. Now, let's go ahead here, because again, these are all unnumbered, so I'm not going to concern myself with saving these towards the end. You do have that special 3-card pack. These blue and Carolina blue Hyper Prizms are not numbered, so I don't believe, it's really not necessary, I think, to save these towards the end. But this is a blaster box exclusive, so if you're somebody who's concerned with going coast to coast and wanting to collect every parallel that you can of a certain driver and or autograph, this here is what we are going to be looking for. I do believe, now that I think of it, there could be a Hyper Blue and Carolina Blue autograph, so maybe we'll actually pull one out of these boxes here, but it's not going to be in this one here, unfortunately. Eric Almirola, and that will do it for this first box. Here we go now with our second box. Again, I had to buy these from an online dealer. I noticed a lot of these boxes are being upsold kind of into the 20 range. But I don't know, then again, I'd tell you where I bought these, but I don't know when you're going to be watching this, and they may be long sold out. So I guess I really can't say, but I was able to find these boxes on sale for about $19.95 a box with really cheap shipping. But again, if I tell you, it's really not going to help you depending on when you watch this. But anyway, here we go. We have the first pack of box number 2. And the packs all feel thin carded. They don't really feel like anything significant about to pop up. But again, I haven't pulled an autograph pack yet. Maybe an autograph pack may feel a little bit different, because usually they hold those cards up backwards. So sometimes you could kind of squeeze it and kind of get like a little bouncy feel and be able to say, hey, there's an autograph in that one. But don't really have anything like that to showcase yet. Powertrain again. Here we go with that Panini. I will say they're at least trying. Panini is. sponsoring a car, even though it's Gray Galding, but it's better than nothing. Kevin Harvick, and then we have a prismatic for Denny Hamlin, who will be a car owner next year with Michael Jordan. However, I don't believe that you're going to be finding any Michael Jordan cards next year. You may see his name listed as an owner, but I believe with Michael Jordan, of course, now you're getting into one of the biggest sports stars in the world, and he does take his likeness and image very serious. I do believe that he has an autograph exclusive contract with Upper Deck, even though Upper Deck has not had the NBA license for a while. I do know whenever they do sell Michael Jordan autographs, we'll showcase a card like that right now. It's usually like just him in street clothes, or at best you may be able to find some University of North Carolina basketball images, and then he signs those. But any sort of Michael Jordan autograph is exclusive as of this video for Upper Deck. So if you're expecting to buy some NASCAR boxes, which it would actually hurt the cost for the standard fan if Michael Jordan actually had autographs in NASCAR boxes, because all the stick and ball guys would just buy all those boxes up in cases, and boy, the price would just be jacked up. So in a way, if you're one MJ Autos, be happy that they're not going to be in NASCAR boxes, at least not next year. And then finally we have Brittany Zamora here with the National Pride card. Just want to give you that heads up, because when I heard that he was finally going to enter it, I was like, that probably would be cool for the stick and ball, or not the stick and ball, but rather the NASCAR trading card business. But at the same time, there's ramifications that are serious, and they could certainly hurt the pocketbook. And stick and these stick and ball guys, I don't know how they spend $1,000 a box on a rookie who hasn't even played a game yet, and yet they are jacking up the prices so serious on those things. And you don't want to have that with NASCAR. I mean, this $20 here is probably too much for some fans, because they're struggling real bad. The idea of $1,000 hobby box, they sure as hell don't want that, trying to hunt down a one-of-one Jordan auto from a NASCAR box. Tony Stewart, Kevin Harvick Apex, and finally here is our last standard pack. And let's see if we can't pull an autograph out of here. Come on, autograph. No, we won't, but we will get that red card that I talked about earlier, Brad Keselowski, Powertrain, and then we have that red card this time for Derek Kraus. Again, though, it is not numbered. And finally, we'll showcase now the red, white, and blue, or not the red, white, and blue, but rather the blue and Carolina blue exclusive pack. 3 cards. Now that I think of it, there are autographs, I believe, that are in that parallel, but we're not going to get it out of this one here. We have this actually looks pretty good. We have Alex Bowman in Velocity. Very nice card there. Unfortunate, again, it is not numbered. Ryan Blaney. And then we have Austin Dillon. And that'll conclude for box number 2. And let's try to get something out of this if we can. Here we go with our third and final box that I'll break open live. There is another box that I have over here. I'll open that, but if there's nothing pulled out of it, I'll just try to take out the 3 Hyper Prizm cards, and then we'll go ahead and call it a video. Again, I wish I could have something a little bit more high-powered to make this video worth it, but there may not be a money shot, if you will, at the end. Here we go now with stained glass again. Ryan Blaney, Brandon Jones. We have a base card here for Haley Deegan, and then we have our Apex for Ryan Blaney. With that said, though, if you are going to go with this release, unless there's a specific Hyper Prizm that you need in Carolina blue, and in blue and Carolina blue, that I'm trying to say, unless that's the case, there really is no reason, I think, to get yourself involved in these blaster boxes. Really just play the game if you're looking for any blaster box exclusives, because as you can see, it's very difficult to even recoup your investment in if you will, if you want to buy these boxes here. Stick with the hobby. Comes with 4 autographs. And of course, I don't know if there's points in those. I forgot if there's points in those hobby boxes in lieu of an autograph, but the one that we pulled, or the one that we broke, did not have any points in it. And so far, I'm not seeing any points in these blaster boxes either. We have Brad Moffitt or Hoffett. Then we have Alex Bowman. And we have Haley Deegan. I believe the one of this card may have been pulled. I don't know that for certain. If it is, I'll showcase an image of it. If not, I'll just say that I'm stupid and we'll move on. Here we go now with the next pack. And, man, no, we don't. Oh, looks like we got something going on here finally. We have Spencer Boyd. We do have a numbered hit, I think, coming up here. Chase Elliott and Kyle Busch. It is just a parallel, and it is not a 1 of 1. But nonetheless, I'll showcase that here for the end, because that might be the only thing that can kind of be considered as a hit. All right, Blaney, and then we have Austin Dillon, and then we do have a blue, standard blue for Noah Gragson. Can't really talk today. And I believe this is numbered. No, it's not. My goodness. So this is not numbered. So you may get a standard blue or a standard red, one in every box. And so, yeah, let's go ahead and showcase this final bonus pack. Can we pull anything? No, we won't. We have Michael Self, Joey Logano, and we will close out with Michael McDowell. So I have an extra box here. Let me break it on my own. If there's anything significant, we'll showcase it. If not, we'll showcase that one numbered hit. All right, I went through that fourth box, and we did get one extra numbered hit, and that blue card or red card that we usually get, this one I got for Danica Patrick, and I believe this is one of the variations. This is not technically part of the baseline, it's a variation, but again, it's that same stupid image. You know, really, I don't know if that's something from Danica's team, that they only want images like that and that's it. I don't know, but I mean, my God, you would think by this point they would have something different. So let's at least showcase this bonus pack here, and then we may have to dig into the catacombs of the Holy Grail collection to try to give you guys something special for this video. And indeed, we're going to have to. Alex Bowman, that first card was Kurt Busch, stained glass, and then we had the Alex Bowman, and this here is Riley Herbst, and those are 3 exclusives from the final box pack. Now let's go ahead and showcase the 2 numbered hits. We have ourselves a Riley Herbst again, but this time this is the Disco Ball, and it is a numbered hit. And that is for 40 out of 75. Disco Ball for Riley Herbst. And the only other numbered hit that we pulled out of this is Jimmy Johnson, Powertrain, Cracked Ice. Excellent design. Of course, Jimmy Johnson retired from full-time competition. I don't know if he'll be racing any in NASCAR next year. He will be doing all the road courses in IndyCar next year. However, there could be a possibility he does the Indy 500, but I don't think his wife wants to let him drive that fast down the ovals, and I think that's the reason why he's not doing any ovals. But this one here is 22 of 25, and that was it for all of the blaster boxes. So my recommendation is, unless you got a lot of free money, don't waste your money on the blaster boxes with Prizm. It's really just for something, maybe just to do for fun, maybe buy 1 box, and maybe you'll win a lottery, get a good autograph or something like that. But for the most part, let other people make the risk investment, and then, you know, if they decide to post it on eBay for a little bit of money, at least you're actually buying the actual card. You're not gambling, if you will. Okay, so that was a pretty bad video. There's no real selling point from me as a producer to be able to showcase that, unfortunately. So what I'm going to have to do is go into the catacombs and showcase a card that I have uploaded to Flickr, so it's been out there for a while. But if you don't keep up with my Flickr, then I'm going to go ahead and make a quick snippet. It's going to make a cameo here right now Speaking of Jimmy Johnson, as I just said, retiring from full-time NASCAR, going to race all the road course races in IndyCar. Wouldn't surprise me if he does the Daytona, or the Indy 500 rather. But speaking of Jimmy Johnson, and unfortunately this card has a lot of damage to it to the back. I'll showcase that as well. But regardless, though, it is an excellent hit. But I really hate the fact that it has damage, which is the reason why I'm not going to be sending it in to get graded, because it actually was graded at one point, but they broke it out of the case. That's how bad the grade was. But regardless, I have the showcase for you all: the 2017 Panini Select Endorsement Autograph 1/1 checkered flag Prizm for Jimmy Johnson. As you know, I collect a lot of the checkered. I love the checkered flag design. I feel that's how it should be, at least for the prismatic releases of the 1/1. But they only did it for the 2016 edition of the 1/1s and a 2017 Select Racing 1/1s. They included the checker flag design, and even then, only with the endorsements do they really have a checker flag design. The signature swatches all look like they're mainly black with a little checker flag in the background. But regardless, this is the true 1/1 endorsement autograph for Jimmy Johnson. Flip the card around, and the card looks clean just by looking at it here in the camera. And of course, if you want to zoom in, it does have the 1/1 insignia there, so it is a really true stamped one. But when we lift the card up here, you'll see why. When we look at the PSA report, pop report, it says that this card was graded by them and only received a grade of 9. And the reason why that is because now when we look at the card without the sleeve, take a look there. You see that crease there in the back? I can only hope that is from either Jimmy Johnson's handling of it or some sort of a screw up from Panini, and not from one of the previous owners, because I would hate to believe that they would mistreat a card of this significance. And that's the reason why this card received such a bad grade. It does have a little bit of a kink also as well right here, but not too bad. I can live with that. But that crease there around the hat and to what is Jimmy Johnson's right, your left, that really is pretty significant, and I really do hate that. But the front of the card looks very clean, as you could tell. Excellent 1/1 hit. Just hate it that it has this damage. I really do. And so regardless, though, that's about all that I can showcase to you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video for what it was worth. Again, avoid the blaster boxes like the plague, because this was 20 bucks a box, 5 boxes in total. You guys do the math, all pretty much down the drain. It's just toilet paper. But at least here we got to see the 1/1 endorsements for Jimmy Johnson, so at least I hope that is a consolation prize. Cards of Diecast 4 channel. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you all later.